What's going on, guys? It's Coach Fear here again. I'm bringing you another Universe Mode episode, and I have to address something that happened in my last two videos that I sent, the SmackDown and the NXT one. I have to apologize to you guys because I had no idea that there was no audio of me uh, during both of those videos, and I'm a little embarrassed, especially for the SmackDown one, because for a good chunk of that video, I rambled for quite a bit, and um, I was actually talking about something very I went in depth, some news topics I wanted to talk about, and was kind of explaining um kind of explaining more about my universe mode and kind of my goals and my plans for it. And bear with me, I'm getting over sickness right now. I might cough a little bit throughout this video. Yeah, it's getting better, but I've been having some serious coughing issues. But we'll go ahead and we'll start this video, or start this 205 live show, and I'll kind of talk through it. But in the SmackDown video, I was wanting to talk about what's going on with the kind of the in the wrestling universe right now, and it kind of has to do with what I want to do for this universe mode, what my goals are for this universe mode. I've always been a huge fan of universe mode, been a huge fan of ever since I played WWE 13. The only thing I would play on the WWE games is universe mode, because you could do a whole season, that leads all the way to WrestleMania, and there's different matchups that you will never see on TV that you can do, and that's the whole point of a WWE video game, is you get to bring fantasy matchups to life. And that's something that we that's something we love to do, is we love to sit there as wrestling fans, and we like to kind of fantasize about what could happen, or what we would like to see happen. And what I wanted to do with this universe mode was I just wanted to pretty much bring the best matchups that I could, because I see some guys when they do their universe mode, they do an excellent job with video editing and everything, and I don't have all the resources to do this. I just do this off of a PS4. So, and a lot of people don't want to broadcast. But what I want to do is I just want to show people what you could do on a PS4. And you can sit there, and I don't like to play for a long time, but once a day I like to play for a couple hours, or maybe just an hour. Maybe just play a show, play a couple matches. That's what I pretty much love to do. So, I'm just going to share kind of my creativity, my fantasy booking, and what I would like to see go on in WWE, and bring that to YouTube, and kind of show the WWE universe and all the wrestling fans, and the WWE 2K fans. But originally on SmackDown, I had it planned out where I was gonna send the guys who were formerly known as the Bullet Club, which, you know, WWE's gotten a number of Bullet Club guys over the years, you know, starting with Finn Balor, then AJ Styles, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and then Adam Cole. And right now, today is January, I think it's the 4th. Yeah, because Wrestle Kingdom was today. Wrestle Kingdom 13 in New Japan was today. So, after today, you know, Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Adam Page, all of the former Bullet Club guys. Remember, they got if you don't know, they got kicked out of the Bullet Club, and now they are just known as the Elite, which is the Young Bucks YouTube channel and their show, Being the Elite. So they're just known as the Elite, and it was in the news, and it was speculated that they were going to be starting their own promotion because they did not re-sign with Ring of Honor, and I think after today, New Japan, they're done with New Japan. And it was just announced earlier this week that it is official. They, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks are starting the All Elite Wrestling, AEW. And some people were speculating that they were going to join the WWE because on their show Being the Elite, they did a bunch of episodes where they were just teasing that Triple H was coming to their locker rooms and leaving these little notes and stuff. And apparently, true story is that the WWE did offer them a contract, but they turned it down. Cody Rhodes turned it down, and so did the Young Bucks. And I believe Adam Page did too. So, it appears that they are going to be heavily involved in All Elite Wrestling, and they're going to be hopefully soon getting a TV deal. There's supposed to be a press conference next Tuesday in Jacksonville. The funny thing about it is, SmackDown is in Jacksonville, just down the road from where this is happening. So that's going to be interesting. I'm sure there's going to be a Being the Elite episode about it. But today, what happened with Wrestle Kingdom is everything that happened, all the excuse me, title changes and everything that happened today kind of speculates that there's a lot of talent that's going to be leaving New Japan and either going to AEW or WWE. It seems like Kushida might possibly end up at NXT here, probably right before Royal Rumble. There's that possibility. There's also, I think there's a strong possibility that you're going to see Kenny Omega go to the WWE, which a lot of people are speculating that he's either going to do that or he's going to go to AEW. But the thing that I don't see him really doing much in AEW. If not, it's, you know, it's. I feel like it's going to be the same thing as to what he's done in New Japan Wrestling. I just feel like the best move for him is to go to the WWE because that's the only thing left for him really to do. He just he's done everything he pretty much can do outside of the WWE, and him signing with AEW and still being with the Elite, it's going to be a continuation of the same thing that's been going on, with him being on the being Elite show. So I feel like out of all the guys who is not going to sign with AEW, I think it's going to be Kenny. The reason why I think that is because you just look at the Young Bucks recently. They've been spending more time with Cody Rhodes and Adam Page I mean, really, those guys are kind of scared to go. I think those guys are scared to go to the WWE. I know Cody Rhodes pretty much is, because he feels like he's the top talent in the world outside of the WWE, and he pretty much is, besides Kenny Omega or Okada. But he I feel like him being the executive producer for AEW, he's not going to be able to do that anywhere else. And then I think the Young Bucks are going to be the bookers, so they're going to be heavily involved, and they're going to be in charge of this. And if they get a big TV deal later on down the line, they can really make a run against the WWE, kind of like how it was back in the Attitude Era when you had the Monday Night Wars. And I think they're looking for a Tuesday night slot, which would compete against SmackDown. And SmackDown is actually going to be moving to Fox here next October. So you could see SmackDown really become a big time show, especially going with Fox. But I see I see them doing really well. But my opinion for Kenny Omega, man, he needs to go to the WWE, because I just feel like that's where he belongs, and he's gonna be a big star. And the rumor is right now that they're gonna give him a 7-figure contract, and I'm hearing rumors of like 3.5 million, which is a huge contract. And I don't know if AEW can pay that kind of money to him, but if he comes into WWE, I really think he's going to be a big star. And that's what I feel like we're gonna see here coming up. And I gotta fix that right there. We do not need I can't even think of his name. Aiden English. No, you're no longer a part of Rusev Day. But anyways. So, basically what I'm going to be doing with this universe mode is I'm going to try my best to keep the universe mode as close to the roster as I can. And I'm going to do some fantasy stuff. Like right now you see I got Velocity is going to be a show, and we got some titles on the show. Um, and um, it's kind of cool. I don't really like the Money in the Bank thing, but we'll work with it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep the rosters as close as I can to what to how superstars are, or I'm not gonna, on Raw and SmackDown, I'm not gonna bring in superstars that aren't that are definitely not gonna be in the WWE. If like the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes, I don't see them coming to the WWE. So, Finn Balor's gonna win against Killian Dane, and let's see who wins against this match. Ooh, I might want to play this match. Yeah, we'll play this match, but yeah, now, as you guys saw from NXT, NXT's kind of like the WWE's version of a independent show, because they bring in all kinds of people, and some people that they bring in aren't even contracted, or aren't fully contracted with the WWE, and wrestle with outside organizations. So, I'm gonna keep NXT as more of a fantasy brand, where we're gonna have people wrestle there that are not a part of the WWE, and there's going to be some that are, but we're going to transition them over to the main roster eventually, kind of like you saw with EC3. He's the champion right now. Eventually, he's going to transfer over to Raw or SmackDown, and there's a few other superstars like Velveteen Dream. I'm wanting to move him up to the main roster eventually, but we're gonna make it kind of like AEW, and have a bunch of stars, outside of the WWE, and we're gonna keep them on NXT. And a guy like Chris Jericho, it's rumored that Chris Jericho is gonna be signing with AEW, and he's gonna be heavily involved with the backstage stuff of AEW. So, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with him. If he does go to AEW, will he also be involved with WWE anymore? Which I think Chris Jericho will always be, associated with WWE, but will he ever come back and wrestle? We don't know, but until we know for sure that he won't be back, we'll keep him on SmackDown. I want to do a feud with him and Finn Balor, and that's getting ready to come up. And then I think after that, we'll probably just keep him on NXT, since he's more than likely going to sign with AEW. But, we'll find out what happens. And if Kenny Omega signs with WWE, I would expect that nobody's going to know for sure until the Royal Rumble or after the Royal Rumble. I think during the Royal Rumble, which is a couple days before his contract actually ends. But I think if Kenny doesn't have any more events with New Japan, I think he can show up at the Royal Rumble. So, I think he'll be at the Rumble. And that's what I'm hoping. But if he does, I'm bringing him up immediately on it to whatever brand he's going to be on. And we'll work with him on the main rosters a lot. And I'm hoping we can do that anyways. But that's the plan. Um, this whole AEW thing. I hope that they do good, but I'm not really looking forward to it like some people are. I'm looking forward to see who who's gonna show up. But I still feel like even though the Khan family, who is investing in AEW, is worth more than the McMahons, nobody is going to beat the WWE, because let's just face it. You saw what happened with the war between Vince McMahon and Ted Turner from Turner Broadcasting. I think he was worth more than Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon ended up being the winner, after everything was said and done. I don't think that they're gonna AEW's gonna like beat the WWE or have better ratings, because let's just face it, we're in a time and period where anybody could pretty much watch wrestling without even turning on the TV or turning on a TV channel. I know I don't, unless I know that Raw or SmackDown is going to be really, really good. I don't really waste my time sitting there and watching SmackDown or Raw live, because number one, Raw is just too long, and lately it just hasn't been good. I haven't really been attracted to Raw much, and I like Finn Balor, I like Drew McIntyre, and I like Seth Rollins, but the storylines just haven't been that good, and it hasn't really made sense. Now, SmackDown has been pretty good, but, SmackDown still, hasn't been, they've been consistent, but they haven't been high on the ratings. They've been higher than Raw at times, but they have not, made a huge jump in the ratings, kind of like how it was back there in the Attitude Era, when they were like, their ratings ranged anywhere from 5 to 7 million viewers a night. When, now, a lot of people can just DVR it, and they can catch up to it later. And, some people just, they don't watch it. They, they'll either watch it on YouTube or just watch like the pay-per-views, or occasionally watch it during WrestleMania season and all that. It's going to be interesting what happens, and there's rumors that there's a couple of WWE superstars that AEW is looking at. Like, I heard Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder, and maybe even Ty Dillinger are some of the superstars that they're looking at, possibly trying to steal from WWE. And that's going to be interesting, because hold on a second, trying to think about what I'm going to do here. think I've lost my train of thought, but yeah, it's just gonna be interesting. You know, I love the Young Bucks, love Cody Rhodes. They're all entertaining guys, but you know, this AEW thing, you know, I like it, but I'm still gonna be more of a WWE fan, and it's mostly because I hope that WWE gets the best talent. I want to see the best talent in WWE, and I think everyone does. If the best talent is in WWE, WWE is going to be a much better show, and WrestleMania will be exciting. You know, I'm getting tired of seeing all these WrestleManias with, you know, legends who are old and should not be, you know, we should not be seeing a lot of these guys like The Undertaker. I mean, I know he is a special guy to see, but you know, it's getting sad to watch him wrestle and to see Triple H wrestle or even John Cena. You can tell John Cena's starting to really go downhill, and it's going to be interesting to see what WrestleMania is going to look like after those guys can't wrestle anymore. You know, who are some of the big stars going to be? You know, I thought we lost Daniel Bryan, and surprisingly, he was able to come back at the last WrestleMania. And now we get Daniel Bryan back, and Roman Reigns has leukemia, and we don't know if he's ever going to be able to wrestle again. And I don't think we're going to see him wrestle for probably a long time. It might be 2 and 3 years down the road. So the WWE's kind of hurt a little bit after that, and I know a lot of people were tired of seeing Roman because he kind of got shoved down the fans' throat a little bit, and everyone wanted to see him as a heel. But you know, I think when he comes back, he'll probably be a big baby face. But you know, now we have you know, guys like Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, of course. He's a huge star. And you know, we got Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor should be a bigger star than what he is right now. And of course, we got Braun Strowman, who's injured right now, but I know when he comes back, he'll be a big star, and I think he should be the biggest star in the company and the guy that they need to really push, because he can take the WWE to the next level of where it needs to be, and people love him. So I'm gonna do this match, and that'll be it for the episode. I think I've I think I've rambled enough, but and I'm not gonna try and ramble on a lot of these videos, but I just wanted to kind of get my opinion on everything, and you know, kind of let people know what's going on, and kind of get my opinion out there. But you know, it's gonna be fun. I think 2019 is gonna be a fun year in wrestling. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble, excited for WrestleMania season. It's gonna be exciting, and you know, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen for Drew McIntyre, because I think he's had a pretty big year, pretty big breakout year. You know, he came into NXT and you know, wasn't really in NXT for a while. He was there for a few months and then became the champion and beat Bobby Roode, and then afterwards he ended up getting injured He was out for almost a year, but instead of them bringing him back to NXT, they just brought him right up on Raw, and he was on the Raw after WrestleMania, and ever since then, I mean, he's been a pretty big star on the show. And on Velocity, he's going to be competing for the European Championship, which Pete Dunne is carrying.
And his opponent from Birmingham, England, weighing in at 205 pounds, the WWE European Champion, Pete Dunne.
The European Champion. I need to fix that. But yeah, Pete Dunne was the UK champion and defended his UK championship for well over a year in NXT UK. And he was awarded the European Championship as soon as he got to NXT UK. And he's been the European champion for almost a year now. And he's going to look to defend his European Championship in Velocity. We no longer have main event. I mean, what? Really? I mean, I see the whole point of main event. I think main event is still on. It's still on the WWE Network, and they only have like I think like maybe 1 or 2 matches, and they usually just show a lot of highlights throughout the week on that show. But you know, I miss those days when you had Velocity and you had Heat. Velocity was a SmackDown show, and yeah, Velocity was a SmackDown show, and then Heat was a Raw show. And you know, they were usually taped, and they would have Velocity on before SmackDown, and they would tape it, and then it would be on I think on like Saturday. I can't remember what channel it was on, but they had you know, Heat on Sundays, and they had title matches every now and then, but they had some, you know, for a while when Heat started out, they had some pretty meaningful matches on there. Like I know they did one during the Super Bowl where they had The Rock and Mankind compete in a empty arena match. That was a very entertaining match. But you know, The Rock ended up winning the championship, I think. But ooh, it looks like Pete Dunne's actually injured. He might have an injury, but you know, I miss those days because I don't know why they did away with them. You know, Velocity usually would feature the Cruiserweight Championship and the United States Championship, and you know, Heat used to do like the European Championship and the Hardcore Championship. I know they've done the Women's Championship, Tag Team Championship, and probably even the Intercontinental Championship. But I mean, they used to have I remember on Velocity, they used to have United States Championships and Cruiserweight Championships all the time on that show. And you know, I feel like that was you know, potential that was missed, because they should have kept it. Give myself a little break here. Ooh, there we go. I haven't seen McIntyre do that move in a long time. Okay, I'm gonna have to set up for the Claymore here. We need to break his back. But you know, velocity is going to be for the superstars that don't really get a chance, and they're going to fight for some unique titles. Right now, we got the European Championship and the Hardcore Championship. Dean Ambrose is the Hardcore Champion, and we're going to eventually have a network champion, because Velocity is a network exclusive show. And I think it would be if Velocity was around today. It would be a network exclusive show. But, that was terrible. Oh. And I think eventually Drew McIntyre probably won't be on. He probably won't be on this show anymore. But for right now, he is. Ooh, that hurts his arm. Headbutt. There we go, corner finisher. And Pete Dunne's gonna lose again. Yep, Drew McIntyre is the winner. And he's probably gonna set himself up for a title opportunity against Pete Dunne. Probably next week. We'll probably have a European Championship match next week. But I gotta fix that European Championship thing. But yeah, the next episode will probably be up. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead.
Here is your winner, Drew McIntyre.
Oh no, what's he doing? Oh man. Hasn't Pete had enough? What are you doing? Drew. Oh no, Drew. What are you doing? Yeah, it's not letting him in the ring. I guess he had enough. Alright, well, next show. I think we're just going to skip some of the stuff that's going on in the next show. We're not going to have enough time to do everything. I think it's NXT UK is the last show of the week. I'm going to try to fit 205 Live 205 Live Velocity and NXT UK all into one show. Yeah, we're just gonna simulate all these. So yeah, there we go. Travis Banks, Fabian Archer. Fabian Archer, I think, is the champion. And then yeah, there's our 2-on-2. So, but yeah. Well, but that's gonna be it for today. Uh, Next episode will be another Raw episode. So stay tuned, and we're getting close to our first pay-per-view, which is going to be Backlash. Um, we're going to be just a couple weeks away. Um, but we'll see you guys on the next episode. See you guys later.